Coming up on UIWtv, see the world's largest bouncy house visit San Antonio. Plus, watch the UIW Theater Department receive some hard-earned recognition. And finally, celebrate with us as UIW athletics enter a new league of competition. All this and more next on UIWtv. Welcome back to UIWtv. I'm Joy Bergen.
And I'm Abigail Velez. It's already December and finals are next week.
That's right. So we're here to give you all the important updates during this crunch time so that you know you're going into the winter break caught up. Let's get started. December graduation is just around the corner. Graduates are set to cross the stage on December 11th at the Joe and Harry Freeman Coliseum. 2 commencement ceremonies will be held for the 10 schools in UIW. The first will be held at 10 a.m. and the second at 3 p.m. On behalf of all of us here at UIWtv, congratulations to our graduates. The season is looking a little brighter after UIW's Light the Way event last week. Now, I had never been to Light the Way, and Abigail, I believe it was your first time too, wasn't it?
It was my first time at Light the Way. Oh, it was so exciting to see everyone there and all the twinkling lights on campus. I even had the opportunity to host it for the university.
Yes, and you did a great job. It was so much fun. I had the chance to visit with some of the guests and check out what Light the Way is all about.
2, 1.
The UIW campus is aglow once again with its signature Christmas light display. The 35th annual Light the Way kicked off the celebration early this year on November 20th. The tradition is a favorite for many in the community and one that was sorely missed last year during the COVID-19 pandemic when it was converted into a drive-by event.
I came in 2019 when I was a freshman, and then COVID happened next year and I didn't get tickets, and then this is my year back, so this is my second time.
Now, with the return to an in-person gathering, students are excited to be celebrating with friends and family.
When the lights come on, it's so cute. Getting the picture with my friends, it's memorable.
Light the Way is more than just a UIW tradition. It's a San Antonio tradition.
Light the Way is all about spreading love as people from far and wide gather together in celebration. The flipping of the switch is a symbol of UIW's mission of service to the surrounding community.
Dear God, we pray you fill all of the family and friends of the University of the Incarnate Word with hope, with love, with joy, and with peace. We all will light the way.
The fireside's blazing bright.
But Light the Way is also about letting loose and having fun as well. Train rides, food trucks, shopping booths, and even a visit with Santa were just some of the night's activities.
My favorite part about the event is probably maybe the hot chocolate, and if I'm lucky enough, I can have some kettle corn later on tonight.
If you missed Light the Way this year, don't worry. The UIW lights will continue to brighten the night until January 6th. Officially in the Christmas spirit, I'm Joy Bergen with UIWtv. It may have been my first time, but Light the Way is quickly becoming my favorite Christmas tradition.
In the spirit of giving, the University of the Incarnate Word President Thomas M. Evans has signed 3 academic merit-based scholarships for students attending Incarnate Word Academy in St. Louis, Missouri. Each scholarship is for $25,000 per year for 4 years to IWA seniors who are in the top 10% of their class. After a national search, the University of the Incarnate Word is pleased to announce that Dr. Sandra Fortenberry has been selected as the next dean of the UIW Rosenberg School of Optometry. Fortenberry joined UIW in 2010 as a part of the founding faculty of the School of Optometry and is currently an assistant dean for professional advancement and associate professor. She earned her Bachelor of Science in Biology from Abilene Christian University and a doctorate in optometry from the University of Houston. We are so proud to have you here, Dr. Fortenberry. ComArt students had the opportunity to show off their talents a few weeks ago at the 2nd annual ComArt Showcase. Student art, videography, digital design, and even a poetry reading were just some of the works displayed. 5 students were also awarded their NATAS Student Production Award pillars. It was a proud moment for the entire department. The UIW Police Department partnered up with Valvoline in holding a Thanksgiving car care clinic on November 17th and 18th for students and employees. Valvoline performs safety checks such as testing fluid levels, tire pressure, and windshield wiper blades. About 300 students and staff participated in the event before leaving for the Thanksgiving holiday. Thanksgiving was great, but I'm ready for Christmas. The 40th annual Ford Holiday River Parade floated along the San Antonio River last week. The 1-hour parade featured illuminated floats, costume participants, and of course, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. This year's theme was 40 Years of Magic.
The world's largest bouncy house was in San Antonio last week, and I was able to join in on some of the fun.
The biggest bounce house in the world.
San Antonians may have a little extra spring in their step after the world's largest bouncy house filled the Helotes Festival grounds Thanksgiving week. This summer, the Big Bounce America Tour traveled the country offering 4 larger-than-life attractions. The #1 pick, the Guinness-recognized world's biggest bouncy house.
Whoa! Oh. All right, you can try to convince me otherwise, but nobody is too old for a bouncy house this big. The Big Bounce is all about channeling your inner child.
Standing at 13,000 square feet and 32 feet tall, the Big Bounce welcomes jumpers of all ages.
How did this start? Who decided they were going to make the biggest bouncy house in the whole world and take it all over the United States?
So Cameron Craig, Grant Ferguson, they are 2 really rad guys. They came up with the idea. They were hanging out in a bounce house at an event, I believe, and they were just acting wild and having fun and being a kid again, and they just thought, like, why don't we do this really huge? And lo and behold, here you go. You've got the largest bounce house in the world.
Family-friendly and adult-only sessions are filled with bouncing, bubbles, and bops. When you've tired yourself out, take a break and check out the food trucks and face painting. Just remember to catch your breath.
You get tired after like 2 jumps.
Oh yes, 2 minutes from going inside, jumping around, you're tired already. Feels like a kid again.
Shoot! Now do your favorite Fortnite dance! Hey!
The Big Bounce America has only been around for 3 years and had to close its doors during COVID-19 restrictions. That's why this year was dubbed the Comeback Tour.
We just tested it out for 3 months this year to see if people were coming back, outside and enjoying events again, which they completely are. And so next year we're going to rev things back up, I believe, for a full year.
After receiving such a warm welcome in San Antonio, the Big Bounce America plans to return to the Alamo City when it tours again, much to the excitement of those who enjoyed it this year.
This is amazing. That's awesome.
From back on solid ground, I'm Joy Bergen with UIWtv.
If you don't want to miss their next visit, be sure to keep an eye on the Big Bounce America website for upcoming dates.
Joy, you look like you were having a lot of fun out there.
I was. Well, I had to let off some of that steam before finals week.
Oh, don't we all?
Speaking of which, it's time for our social media question. Cardinals, this week we wanted to know, what is your go-to music when studying for finals? Don't forget, you can find our social media questions on the Comart's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these short messages with the latest in entertainment.
I won't look good in any of this. Why do I have to look like this? I just can't focus on anything.
If you are feeling alone or have self-deprecating thoughts, please reach out to a loved one because you are not alone.
You are watching UIWtv, the word on campus.
I'm Andrea Leva. I hope you're ready for all of the updates. We got a lot of catching up to do with all of the entertainment news floating around UIW. The UIW Theater Arts Department received 7 awards this year from the Alamo Theater Arts Council, ATAC. Here's reporter Chloe with more.
I'm really honored to be recognized for Lobby Hero.
The ATAC was founded in September 1990 as a nonprofit organization. Their mission is to recognize and celebrate the work of local theater artists. Lobby Hero received the award for directing under Mark Stringham, lighting design by Tyler Cozart, costume design by Jesse Grancheroff, and lead actor in a drama.
It was a show that I loved a lot because it was my first show. It was my freshman year. And so, yeah, it feels really good to finally get recognition for it.
My spirit is okay. I don't have a broken spirit. I just want to stick it out here for at least a year.
The ATAC Awards were postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of this, the committee qualified performances from 2019 through 2021 to be considered for an award.
Tally's Folly also received an award for Best Production in a Comedy, directing under Mark Stringham, and lead actor.
It's amazing to have my work recognized for something so long ago, but I think that just shows how the message we were trying to create with Tally's Folly still resonated.
Oh, did you make the recipe I sent you? I couldn't make it because I don't.
For UIWtv, I'm Chloe Ippolito.
Congratulations again on all of your hard work. It certainly has not gone unnoticed. While Light the Way attracted crowds from all over San Antonio, students got the chance to kick off the holiday season within the Cardinal community.
2 and 1 more.
UIW Residence Life hosted the Illuminations event at the Westgate Circle last month. The event was open to residents, students, faculty, and anyone else in the UIW community.
It has more of a UIW family kind of style where it's just more of a staff and students and the residents here. More than Light the Way. It's more fun, more personal.
This is the second Illuminations event that Residence Life has hosted on campus. Students were able to enjoy activities such as Christmas-themed games, a photo booth, card making, and even a snow machine.
Upon arrival, participants receive a card just like this one with a list of activities. After each activity is completed, they receive a stamp on their card. As you can see, I've already completed a few activities myself.
After attendees completed 4 of the 6 tasks, they were able to trade in their card for a free Light the Way t-shirt. Once students had their fill of fun, they could stop at one of the several food tables for festive treats. Illuminations is Residence Life's biggest event of the year, and they received a lot of help from the Cardinal community to pull it off.
Honestly, it's taken a whole village to put on this event. While it is technically like Residence Life's events, campus engagement, mission and ministry, the Etling Center, all these different departments, career services, UIW athletics, they've all been big contributors to making it happen.
Residence Life hopes to continue hosting Illuminations every year as a precursor for the Light the Way event and the holiday season. For UIWtv, I'm Gabrielle Yanez.
That looks like a blast. Hopefully I get to check it out next year. Speaking of bright events, the Luminaria Contemporary Arts Festival was held downtown at Hemisfair Park and the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center earlier this month.
After being put on hold last year due to the pandemic, the Luminaria Contemporary Arts Festival returned in full swing last month. Luminaria is a non-profit organization dedicated to funding and showcasing local artists through the Luminaria Artist Foundation Grants Program. For the past 14 years, the organization has annually hosted the festival to fund the program. This year, 7 San Antonio artists were selected and awarded a total of $54,000 to fund new projects in literary, visual, and performing arts.
It's my dream to be an artist, and so you know how when you have a dream about something and then it's happening. So I dreamed of being on the stage of Luminaria, and here I am. I went over there on the main stage and we performed.
The festival showcased several types of art, from live music to paintings
to installations, and much more, as well as several food vendors. Jesse Borrego, best known for his role in Blood In, Blood Out, was brought on to be a part of the selection committee for the grant recipients this year. He says Luminaria inspires him to give back and help showcase the art and culture of San Antonio and its artists.
I thought that it was so important that we showcase our art, our expression, what happens here at the Yanaguana River, San Antonio. And I think that this year really does that.
For UIWtv, I'm Gabrielle Yanez.
You can check out the rest of the Luminaria artists and their work on the Luminaria website. Good music can give a good boost to your day. If you're looking for some new songs to add to your playlist, here are the current songs that are topping the charts. Easy on Me by Adele with her rich vocals sits at the top of the Billboard's The Hot 100 list. At number 2 is Stay, featuring The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Serving as an expression of his accomplishments within the music industry, Industry Baby. Featuring Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow holds the number 3 spot on the list. If those songs are in your style of music, you can always check Billboard's The Hot 100 for more. Now it's time to hear from Jet with his review of a recent box office hit. Take it away, Jet.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the mid-semester finale of The Final Cut. As always, I'm your host, Jet Delgado, and over the Thanksgiving break, I checked out Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was such a relief finally getting to experience this film, considering the anticipation was prolonged for an additional year due to the pandemic. To give full disclosure, I'm not a die-hard fan of the OG films from the 80s. I actually have never seen them in their entirety, so I went into this continuation with no in-depth knowledge of the previous films. I was, however, a big supporter of the 2016 women's reboot based from a great casting standpoint. Speaking of, Ghostbusters Afterlife provides a really charismatic cast, including McKenna Grace, Paul Rudd, Finn Wolfhard, and so many more. Now, to really get into the mix of things, I'll start with this. I did not hate the film, but at the same time, it just didn't wow me. And here's why. First, let me share with you what I did enjoy. I thought the setting was very interesting and unusual, but I mean that in the best of ways. Having the whole plot of the story develop from a secluded farm really gave viewers something we haven't really seen in a while pertaining to the supernatural genre. It added a real mysterious and creepy tone to the film, which I greatly appreciated. The casting paired really well with the comedic relief, and the few surprises provided in the film were really nostalgic. The one thing I did like about the Ghostbusters film is that viewers didn't need any prior knowledge to the previous films. Ghostbusters Afterlife provided a really awesome crash course throughout the film so that there was a sense of familiarity for new viewers like myself. Now, I did like the film, but again, it still just didn't wow me. The fact that the movie poorly uses animatronics that to me just seemed too robotic and outdated for a film created in 2021. I also found a majority of the scoring to be really corny and also, again, outdated, which to me almost made some scenes feel like a parody. Overall, though, it's a cute film and really great for the entire family. And that's all we have today on the mid-semester finale of The Final Cut. You can check out Ghostbusters Afterlife in theaters now. We hope to see you back after the winter break. Until then, I'm your host, Jet Delgado, and this has been The Final Cut.
Thanks for all your amazing film reviews this semester, Jet. I'm excited to check them out soon. All right, that is it for entertainment today. I hope you'll stay entertained this holiday season, have a safe winter break.
For UIWtv, I'm Andrea Oliva.
During any health crisis, self-isolation is necessary to separate oneself from others to flatten the curve by stopping the spread of any infectious disease. During your self-isolation, you should try some activities to continue your active state of mind. They can include writing a letter to a friend, binge watching a new TV series, or FaceTiming with your friends or family members at any time. If you are feeling that you are developing a wide range of emotions that is affecting your mood, thinking, or behavior, connect with the crisis counselor during any crisis or during your self-isolation. Text the National Crisis Text Line. Text HOME to 741-741 or call the Bexar County Crisis Line at 210-223-7233. Create a plan, find support, and stay informed.
Welcome back, Cardinals. I'm Zoe Del Rosario, ready to cover everything in Cardinal sports. We start off with big news as UIW football made program history this past Saturday. The Cardinals beat Stephen F. Austin in the first round of the NCAA Football Championship Subdivision Playoffs. Emotions ran high as the Cardinals pulled off a 35-28 win in overtime after a strong display by both the offense and the defense. This became the first postseason win in UIW's Division I history.
Players are people that win games. I think our coaches did an excellent job, put them in good position. But at the end of the day, hats off to our players for finding a way to get this one and a really gutsy win.
The offense was led by star quarterback Cameron Ward, who threw for 4 touchdowns and completed 328 yards. UIW's defense was led by Kelechi Anilebechi with 13 total tackles and Elliot Davison with 2 interceptions. The Cardinals now look to carry their momentum this Saturday as they play #1 ranked Sam Houston State in round 2 of the playoffs. Football and the rest of our UIW sports are ready to get wacky. There are big changes coming soon to our athletic programs.
We have accepted an invitation to join the Western Athletic Conference.
The Western Athletic Conference, otherwise known as the WAC, will be UIW Athletics' new conference home. Cardinal Athletics will be joining a conference holding 7 football championship subdivision teams. Competition of this caliber is set to be a game changer. The WAC is home to 20 sports where our Cardinals athletes will compete against opposing teams throughout the year.
Overall, very, very excited. It's going to up our competition, and we're so excited for what that looks like for the future of athletics, and we know that this is only going to help us continue to grow as a program.
Look at what we've accomplished over the past 4 years, and I challenge anybody to come and see us and play us over the next 4.
The transfer will start in July of 2021. The big change comes after 8 years with the Southland Conference. Our men's basketball team will be one of the teams transitioning to the WAC Conference. Last night, the team came out strong to win their first game of the season against Our Lady of the Lake University. The Cardinals put up 93 points on the scoreboard versus the Saints' 66. UIW's women's basketball also secured a big win this Monday against Western Illinois. Jacqueline Moore had a career-high performance with 25 points, leading the team to a 63-59 win. Earlier in November, our volleyball team made history after reaching the semifinals of the Southland Conference postseason tournament. They wrapped up big wins in the first round and quarterfinals, but fell short in the semifinal against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Our Cardinals have been representing the school on all cylinders. Women's soccer celebrates the recent accomplishments of graduate midfielder Isabella Belitic. Belitic was selected in the 3rd team of the United Soccer Coaches All-Midwest Region teams, making this the first time that a Cardinal is selected in one of the teams. Isabella scored a total of 3 goals and recorded 2 assists in the regular season, and in the postseason, Belitic led the team scoring 3 important goals. Major congratulations to Isabella. UIW hosts a variety of club sports open to any student on campus. One of those teams is Club Triathlon, where athletes participate in 3 disciplines. I had a chance to check one of the races earlier in November. UIW Club Triathletes compete in the disciplines of running, biking, and swimming. This November, however, the team took on a different challenge and competed in the Texas Tough Duathlon. The race consisted of a 5-kilometer run, a 16-mile bike ride, and another 2.5-kilometer run through the hills of Bernie.
What was the most challenging part of the whole race?
Definitely halfway back down from all of the hills on the bike. Even though you're going downhill, you know how much you have left, and you have to stay motivated.
Despite the challenging course, UIW had 3 athletes finish in the top 10. Nestor Santizo and Skylar Larson finished in the top 10 in the men's category, and Jessica Istam in the women's category.
Your first finisher for UIW, how did that feel?
It felt great. I felt to have the support of everybody. Seeing y'all out here, all the parents out here.
The team welcomes any student to join, even if they don't have competitive experience with triathlon.
Believe it or not, anybody could do this. A lot of first-timers that don't know how to swim, bike, or run, it's fine. We have coaches to train you.
With the spring semester in sight, UIW Club Triathlon looks to grow in numbers to keep representing UIW at a high level. For UIWtv, I'm Zoe Del Rosario. Students interested in joining triathlon can visit the Wellness Center for more information or direct to the team's page on UIW Engage. You know what time it is, Cardinals. We have a lot of action to unpack from our teams this weekend. Football is looking to make history again when they face off Sam Houston State on the road this Saturday at 2 p.m. Also at 2 p.m., women's basketball will stay to defend their home court against Schreiner University. Later in the day, men's basketball plays for their second win of the season against Abilene Christian on the road at 3 p.m. Don't miss out on showing your Cardinal spirit this weekend. Well, that's all for our sports segment today. For UIWtv, I'm Zoe Del Rosario. But Joy, I hear our social media pages are very active right now. What's that all about?
That's right, Zoe. We had plenty of great interactions with our social media, and we asked, what is your go-to music when studying for finals? Here are a few responses that we received. Evelyn Torres said Magic Shop by BTS. Gabby Yanez said Christmas music, and Maddie Valera said Paramore's album After Laughter. Thank you all for your responses this semester, and we look forward to hearing from you again in the spring. And that concludes our last newscast of 2021. I'm Joy Bergen.
And I'm Abigail Velez.
We appreciate all of you who tuned in today, and we wish you a safe and warm holiday season. Until next time, this has been UIWtv, the Word on Campus.